Remy.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Bow, down, 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 down. Go, go, Power
Oh
Rangers!
man.
Down, down,
Um,
down. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! Yeah.
I forgot I had this one out here.
oh, that's cool, DJ. That's sharp. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Sci-Fi Nerds, and we got another special show for you guys tonight. Tonight, the Sci-Fi Nerds will be discussing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie review, the 1995 film, and also celebrating the 30th year anniversary for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
DJ.
And we are half of the Sci-Fi Nerds. Doris, we miss you. We love you. Take care of yourself, Serge. We miss you as well. And Nick, we also miss you as well. So, you guys take care of your business. And DJ.
They abandoned us. No love.
They kind of did. I mean, Nick kind of did. I don't know why he didn't say anything else.
But we miss you guys. We love you guys. And we thank you guys. And tonight is going to be a really, really awesome show. We get to talk about something that was a part of my childhood, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I remember having a lot of their toys when I was little. I had the White Ranger, the Red Ranger, I had the Green Ranger. So this was a big, big part of my childhood. And actually, this movie, I first watched the film at my grandmother's house because she had the tapes. She had all the classic tapes like Toy Story, Lion King, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was one of them. And I would watch it with my brothers. I would watch it with my cousins. And sometimes I would watch this movie on repeat. This is one of my favorite movies ever. It's a part of my childhood. I love the Power Rangers. Grew up on the Power Rangers. And I had a pretty good experience with them. So, Remy, well, I'll come back to Remy with DJ. Wanted to ask you, first of all, DJ, can you show everybody what you're playing with, what you're messing around with?
The Ninja Megazord from the movie.
Yeah, that is awesome, dude.
So, yeah, this was from the series that they were releasing several years ago. I got the original Megazord, the Dragon Zord. I've got the Tiger Zord somewhere over there, and then the Ninja Zord, Thunder Zord as well. Missed out on getting Titanosaurus or Titanus or whatever, which I kind of regret, but it is what it is. So, fortunately, they stopped production on that line before they got to the Shogun ones, which I was really looking forward to getting those. But
that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome if you could have got your hands on that, DJ. That would have been really, really awesome. That's not bad to add to the collection that you already have, which is a cool collection, by the way. But DJ, tell us exactly what the Power Rangers, they meant to you coming up.
So I was a teenager when the series came out. I was in high school myself, and it was something that was different. It was pretty cool to see, something that involved martial arts, and then you had the humanoid-sized monsters, and then they would turn into the giant kaiju, smashing up the buildings in the city and everything. Being a fan of Godzilla, I was like, this is so awesome. And then, of course, the Power Rangers got into their Zords, the robots, and came together like like some of the Transformers that used to combine stuff, and Voltron, which I grew up watching the Voltron cartoon as a little kid. So seeing the combination of everything like that, I was just like, okay, I'm in. I'm going to watch this whenever I can. And of course, they introduced the Dragon Zord with the Green Ranger, and I was like, Godzilla. So yeah, I fell in love with that original series. Tried to follow it as best as I could. Obviously, it kept going and going. And, eventually, it was harder for me to follow the series just because got into college, started working more, and just couldn't keep up with it. Tried to watch whenever I could. So now as an adult, I've been going back trying to collect some of the series, and I'm trying to get the Super Sentai series that they're based on. So I've got, I have the original box collection for the original Power Rangers series.
Nice.
And then I got the Super Sentai series that it was based on.
Wow.
I've got Time Force because I got a chance to meet Jason Faust, who was the Red Ranger from that series. So I bought that series, and then I think I had the Super Sentai of that as well. Could be wrong. And then also the last series that Jason David Frank was a part of, the Dino Thunder. Yeah, that's it. So I have that as well as the Super Sentai edition. So I've been, like I said, just trying to collect some of those and some of the other ones from the whole history that catch my eye. Eventually, if I have the time and money, I'll get them all. Watch them all, but that's a big undertaking. So trying to focus on the ones I'm already. I was doing that with Ultraman. I was collecting like all the Ultraman series that they were releasing, and they kept coming out, and I'm behind on those. So,
no, that's cool, dude. No, that's awesome because I mean, because collecting is a really, really unique hobby, but especially when you're collecting something that you really love, something that you really have a passion for, and Power Rangers was one of those things. So when I was a kid, I didn't take really good care of my toys, but I had this Power Ranger, like he was gone. He had one arm missing, two legs missing, but I held on to it because I loved the Power Rangers that much, and I just didn't want to get rid of it. But no, that's awesome. That's really, really awesome, DJ. And like I told you before the stream even started, I thought about you a lot when I was watching the Power Rangers because you introduced me to like Kamen Rider, got me into Ultraman more, and it's like I can see the similarities. I can see all the colors. I can see all the action, and it kind of just looked the same to me, which I thought was really, really unique. So as I watched this movie, I just wanted to let you know I did think about you a lot, and that was cool. So, and you introduced me to a lot of cool things, so I greatly appreciate that. Remy, what about you? What does the Power Rangers mean to you?
Nothing.
I knew I was going to say that.
I didn't really grow. Okay, I want to be honest with y'all. I didn't really grow up with Power Rangers at all. I knew about it, of course. Like I had a friend who was actually a fan of it, and he like made me, I think, watch an episode of Dino Charge one time, and I just kind of like phased out while watching it. I was just like, I don't know what's happening right now. Because like he put me onto like a series I have like no feelings towards, and he's like, here, watch this. I'm like, okay, sure. So I don't know. I never really got into Power Rangers. I don't know why. It just wasn't my type of thing. Like I get it, like, but mechs and giant monsters and all that, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, I don't know. It was just too, even for me. I just thought it was too cheesy at times. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I could smell the cheese coming off the TV looking at it. I'm like, okay. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go watch actual art. I'm going to go watch Godzilla slide on his tail and hit a giant beetle.
Well, I will say, to your point, Remy, a lot of the Japanese shows, both live action and anime, when they were brought over to like Fox Kids and some of the other kids networks, they were censored quite a bit and modified to match American sensibilities, as they kind of put it. So, so that's where some of the extra cheesiness comes from, is the Americanized version of it. Not to say that the original Japanese doesn't have its own level of cheese in them.
Oh yeah, I know.
But there is some extra goofiness that's in there because, heaven forbid somebody has a little bit of blood on them or, something like that. And,
no, I know. Like, I don't know. But I will say, though, I did watch the, what was it, 2017 Power Rangers movie? I did watch that, and I enjoyed that a lot, actually. I had, like, no attachment to Power Rangers, but I still really enjoyed that movie.
So let me ask you.
I still do today.
This is really unique. This is really unique, and I'm liking the conversation. So this is good. So is this your first time actually watching this particular film?
Yes and no, because I've seen like a lot of like clips of it. So this is like my first time like watching the movie like all the way through.
All the way through.
Because I've seen like clips of it in the past, but this is like my first time like watching it all the way through in its entirety. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope because I mean, like I said, I like the difference in opinions. I like hearing, okay, who likes the film, who doesn't like the film, what's the good, what's the bad, and so that's good. And then to also have, somebody be honest and transparent, about it is also really, really good. So I will say this, Remy, since this is your first time watching it all the way through, I'll start with you. While you was viewing this film, in what way would you describe the Power Rangers relationships amongst each other?
Well, I would say there is like a really good camaraderie, I would say, between the Power Rangers. Like, it's like watching it, like not having any attachment, but I can already tell that they have like a good like kinship with each other. Like the way they kind of like help each other out, and the way they kind of like coax each other on to like get the mission done and whatnot. So I would say I still bought into the relationship, like despite a little amount of like development or writing that was put in, but I still like bought into it. I was still like, yeah, I can see that they're still they're friends. They're really good friends. Like I'm sure if I watched the actual series before this movie came out, I would be like, oh yeah, no, I'm like totally like, I totally get their relationship. What up, Sci-Fi Century?
Yeah, they cool, man. They have a podcast as well that I check out. They're awesome, super awesome.
Nice.
Sci-Fi Century.
Yeah, they're cool. You got to check them out. They're awesome. But yeah, they have and what was unique about this this particular movie is there was no quarreling between the team, no arguing, no fighting, no difference in opinions, and I thought that was really, really unique because normally when you watch a film or movie like this, there's always somebody who either get frustrated, they walk off, they leave, they go on their own, or they're done with the group for a minute. But we didn't see any of that in this film. So they had strong continuity, strong trust. They had great chemistry, a great friendship, and that's what it takes to. They kind of like us, So I'll trust you, DJ. I'll let you, man. We got a pretty good friendship. Remy,
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna pull that. You're gonna go, DJ. I trust you, Remy. No, not so much. Well, I see where I am.
Let's see. The Power Rangers in the early '90s were sick, nothing but yes. Yeah. I was a big. I mean, I loved the Power Rangers, dude. I got the big poster out there in the man cave. But what about you, DJ? In what ways would you describe the Power Rangers relationship in this particular film?
On this one, they're well established. They've been working as a team for a while. So that plays a part into what you're talking about, their camaraderie. The thing that just cracks me up the most is the fact that they're jumping down basically in their Power Ranger suits, and still nobody puts two and two together. But I know that's part of it, just like Superman with his glasses and everything.
Or Batman.
Or Batman's. Those are different.
Almost every superhero, you're like, how did I not tell that to you?
But yeah, they're the fact that like I said, that they've already been working as a team for a while. It's not like the Avengers movie where they all were doing their individual things and then they came to, they were pulled in together by, Nick Fury, and couldn't see quite eye to eye at first until like it really came down to the wire. This one they've been through a lot of trials and tribulations. They've been through thick and thin, having to lose powers, regain them, once or twice before this incident. So it really wasn't a surprise for them to be a tight knit team, and have each other's back, and just jump right into doing whatever they needed to do to save the day.
Yeah, I agree 1,000% with you, DJ. Them being able to work together as a team definitely made it a lot easier. And they all had an understanding. Like, I felt like they all knew like their role. Their role was to help one another. They weren't jealous of one another. They didn't envy one another, and that's what made it a lot easier. And so, like I said, yeah, Kimberly was fine. The Pink Ranger also helped me mature more.
So, a lot of people. So this is where I kind of differ or stray from a lot of people. A lot of people had, the Kimberly was their first crush.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately knew a girl that looked just like her. That was really annoying.
You got double whammy.
And I couldn't stand her. So, like, when I saw Kimberly, I was like, I know it's not the same girl, but she looks very much like her. And nope. So I was very much appreciative when Kat came along. I was like, okay, she's cute. I could, yeah. All right, we're good.
even Ivan Ooze had to acknowledge me.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's like ugly or anything like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Here comes the Pink Ranger to save the day. Oh, you think she's cute too? Freaking Goldar. So. And I love the way Ooze looks at him like, no, that wasn't that was. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, forget it.
Look, I'll deal with you. I'll deal with you later. Ooze is like, I'll deal with you later. So this is what we're gonna do. Remy, we're gonna start with you. Then we're gonna come down to you, DJ, and anybody in the chat who wants to join in on this can. So what I want to do is I want to create this segment. It's called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. So Remy, you get to discuss everything that you thought was good about the film, and then DJ will come down to you, and then we'll continue to just go in a circle until we reach the end. So Remy, tell us some good things about the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger film that you liked.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna warn you all that my list for the good, the bad. For the bad and the ugly are gonna be longer than my.
Okay, no, that's fine. Remy, this is your opinion. This is your thought.
I know. But okay, let me make this clear. Understand, for a lot of people, this is like what you grew up with as a kid. Okay. I understand that, and I completely respect that. But to me, it just wasn't the same. DJ, let me speak my piece. You're not helping. I'm gonna make us lose.
My job,
DJ. No. Okay. Anyway, so starting off with the good. First things first, Ivan Ooze. I think Ivan Ooze was by far, the best part of this entire movie, because because the actor and the makeup I thought were really good. I thought the actor who played Ivan Ooze, I can't think of his name, but he did a really good job at who? Paul Freeman. Yeah, Paul Freeman, who played Ivan Ooze, I thought he did a great job in making this villain very charismatic and very enjoyable. Like, every single time he was on the screen, he just caught my attention because he was that just hammy villain. It's like that mustache swirling, I'm going to take over the world. Oh yes, the Power Rangers, like that. Talking like that. I like it. I enjoyed him.
Ivan Ooze is one of the greatest villains ever. The rest of the movie is air.
Trey, I'm with you on that, brother. Anyways, what else? I did like Some of the action was pretty cool. I liked the fights that the Rangers had. Like the first fight they had with like the ooze man or whatever. I thought that was a cool fight. I thought the fight, or not really a fight, really the tussle, I guess, with the dinosaur skeleton was cool. I thought the animatronic they had for that was actually really good looking. I was like, oh wow, look at that. An actual good, pretty decent looking effect, which is something I can't say the rest of the effects in this movie. But I thought that was cool. Of course, the theme, Go Power Rangers, that's another positive to this. I like that. And I actually appreciated that they had the kid at the end of the movie, like not be too obnoxious or annoying. Like he actually knew what was going on. He was like, no, this is all bogus, guys. Ivan Ooze is a villain. We have to stop him. We have to save our parents. And I liked how he actually took action in that scene. And he like did everything he could to like make sure that the parents didn't jump off the cliff. Like I enjoyed that aspect about his character. And like
I like the fact he had a Jordan hat on too.
Yeah.
And Aisha had a cool Nike outfit on. It was so nostalgic. I loved it. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my good list.
That's a good list. Okay, well let me come to DJ, then I'll come back to you.
Okay, my bad. All right.
I know you're good. So DJ, so Remy gave us his list of good about the film. So now we want to hear your thoughts on the good about the Power Rangers film.
Okay. So I do agree with Remy about Ivan Ooze. It's definitely a very charismatic villain. Appreciated his vocal range. You know, how his tone changed based on kind of his mood and what he was trying to project to those around him. So one of my really goods was Dulcia when she popped up.
Oh yeah, right. How can I forget about Dulcia? Damn it!
Yeah. I remember when I first saw this movie, and she gave Johnny Young Bosch a kiss on his forehead. I was like, "Damn it! I want that
He got a little sneak peek. He got a little action.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
So, but you know, her character was, you know, it was an interesting, you know, meeting somebody that knew Zordon before he was stuck in a tube, and was aware of like, you know, previous battles and stuff that had gone on. So, I thought that was a pretty interesting aspect. I appreciated what they tried doing with the suits. Little on the kind of goofy side, but appreciated them trying to like armor them up a little bit. So I thought that was kind of cool. Just in general, getting to see the action, some of the different tools that they used, weapons or gadgets this time around. So, and of course, you know, Bulk and Skull trying to claim the victory at the end, being like, "It was us. We're the ones that did it." And nobody's paying attention to them.
They were cool.
I will say I did like Bulk in this movie. I
wish they would have showed them more in the film because they were really.
I know. I was like, they're kind of fun.
And if you ever want to see the guy who played Skull, kind of his range or a different side of him compared to the Power Rangers universe, him and Johnny Young Bosch made a movie called Arc Exodus, I think. And so they're in it together, and Jason Narvi, the guy that plays Skull, very like 180 degrees from Skull. So
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. My good is, of course, I agree with both of you too when it comes to Ivan Ooze. He had like this really cool aura about him. Like at times, like it was like he was intimidating, but not intimidating because he just had like different ranges. So it's almost like he was having fun being the villain. Like almost like if you look at like the Joker can be intimidating, but he has more fun just playing around and being the villain. So Ivan Ooze, and I like every time they showed him, I got a kick out of him. That's how well he did. So I really appreciated what Paul Freeman was able to do in this film as the villain as Ivan Ooze. A lot of the action, I did like a lot of the action when they fought the guys at the beginning. That were like the Ooze guys who came at the beginning. I enjoyed that scene. And I also enjoyed the scene when they also went to the other world and they started fighting those monsters that had the axes. I really enjoyed that a lot as well. That was a really cool scene. So that was really, really cool. And I will say the action coming when I was younger, I was just so in love with it. Now I'm an adult, which is still a part of my childhood. You can kind of see the flaws in the film, which, I was able to look past because I was still able to enjoy it and have fun with it. But definitely the action, definitely just the continuity that the Power Rangers have. And I just enjoyed that I got to see each and every one of them have their moment. Every last one of them had their moment. So nobody took the spotlight from the other, which was cool. And the two guys who was at the beginning with them when they were skydiving, I enjoyed them a lot as well. I really wish they would have had a bigger part in the movie. They were so awesome. I definitely enjoyed them a lot. And so that was, and the story was good. I wasn't bored with the story. The story was good. So I definitely enjoyed the plot in this particular film. And so that is my good. My list of good. Now, Remy.
Okay.
The bad.
Now the bad. Okay.
So Remy, let's hear your bad from the Mighty Morphin. You're rubbing your hands, so.
Okay. So yeah, Mr.
Oh,
so let's start off with the first thing. The dialogue. Dialogue in some scenes made me cringe. Really badly. Like some of their quips in the fights made me stop the movie for a second and just go, okay, anyway, back to it. Like, I think I literally lost it. I think when one of the monsters got cut in half and the guy just goes, talk about a splitting headache. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And just keep fighting, please. That happened, and like Ivan Ooze when he like goes in the mech and he just goes like, "Oh, I feel big again." Who wrote this? Anyway, what else? I don't know. I kind of thought the movie. I don't know. For me, I thought the movie actually had like a pretty decent pace in the beginning of it, but I kind of felt like it kind of slowed down a little bit when they got to the other planet and they had to deal with
I agree with that.
I was like, okay, kind of slugging along. Let's go to the final fight. Come on. I also thought the way they took out Ivan Ooze is a little bit anticlimactic. I mean, he gets blown up by a comet, but I'm just like, oh, you could have done something better with that. I'm like, you're Power Rangers. Don't you guys have like a final move or something like that? Like a huge mega beam or something? Like, I haven't seen the show, but I know you guys have that. Come on, go full anime with it. So I wasn't really a big fan of the way he took him out. What else? I kind of didn't like the fact that they also took out Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. Because I was like, because Lord Zed, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about Lord Zed, but his design is badass. I love Lord Zed's design, like, in any incarnation. I think his design is incredible. So the fact that they, like, took him out of the movie, I was like, damn it. I want to see more of them. Why would you take them out? So, like, that was a little disappointing. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's it for my bad.
Okay. All right, no, that's fair. That's fair, Remy. That's fair. DJ, coming to you, my brother. Talk to us a little bit about the bad in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film.
Well, biggest one for me is the fact that they ditched the mech costumes and turned it into CGI.
Oh, God, yeah.
I get it. It was the kind of the early days of the CGI stuff, so they wanted to take advantage of it. But I mean, the whole point of Power Rangers and everything is to have the guys in the suits. So, so that was a little disappointing to me when I originally saw it, and even to this day. Also, the fact that Saba was the only normal Power Ranger weapon that they even used. I don't understand why they didn't pull out their power weapons when they were fighting any of the slime guys, or well, that was the only time that they could have.
Because it would be too violent for kids. You can't have weapons on screen.
No, they had them all the time on the show.
Oh.
So that's why I was confused.
Lazy writing. I don't know. They just forgot, maybe. I don't know.
They introduced the pterodactyl whip and the little controller zipline thing for Billy. I'm like, they got, Yellow Ranger had the daggers, Pink Ranger had the bow, Red Ranger had the sword, battle axe for the Black Ranger, and the staff for the Blue Ranger. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, they all have their own weapons, and they only use Saba, the sword, for the White Ranger. So that's always been kind of annoying for me. I think that's... Oh, and then the fact that a bunch of kids were able to keep their parents at bay.
Yeah, that's
when they were that close to the edge. I'm like, no. I'm sorry.
Like, the strength of a child is overwhelmed the strength of a parent.
Especially that many adults. Like, no. They're all in the pit. Like, before the kid got up there with the water hose. But I get it. They can't have the parents pushing the kids off. And,
Power Rangers don't think so much about it.
So, but yeah, that's another thing that always kind of like. But yeah, those are my main ones.
Those are fair from both of you. My bad is I didn't want to see Goldar that much. I'd rather see Lord Zed, Rita, Dulcia, like all of them. I just felt like I wish the Power Rangers actually would have went up against them. That would have been, a cool ending fight. To have the Power Rangers go up against them. I did not like the birds that they fought.
The Tango.
Yeah.
Shut up. God, you get defeated by a woman waving sticks.
Yeah, I wasn't
useless.
I wasn't a fan of the birds. Yeah, I don't know. The design just didn't do it for me, and I was like, oh man. And going back viewing and watching these films, you kind of forget, because I watched this not too long ago on YouTube a while ago. But I'm like, and I forgot about that scene. And some of the birds came. I was like, I wasn't too much of a fan of that. Also, when the kid gave the speech, I rather would have saw something else happen for them to not be controlled by the ooze, because he just gave a speech and then they all kind of just followed him. So it's not like they wasn't really cured by anything that the Power Rangers did or someone else did. Like, the kid kind of just gave a speech and then they all kind of was like, all right, let's go help the Power Rangers. So I wasn't too fond of that. I wish it would have been more of a plot there. And also, I wish I would have saw the Power Rangers in their original uniforms throughout the film a lot more. I mean, when they switched, that was cool, and it would have been cool just for a moment. But I really missed them being in their original costume. But
just the spandex.
Yeah. So, I mean, Lord Zed, it would have been cool to watch, the Power Rangers fight him. He kind of just shrunk them inside that ball, and like they were there, and then we don't even know what happened to him because he exploded out of space. There was nothing left. So, But Lord Zed would have been nice. Rita would have been nice to see. But he was stuck with the two weakest ones. That pig, which I wasn't a fan of.
That was a new character.
It was like, was that character even in the show?
No.
So,
Why did they come?
So that was my bad. So
I'm sure.
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm sure some of the changes that were made for it are were probably due to rights and things like that. Because Saban was acquiring the rights for the series, but how much he had access to for the movie since it was being produced by 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
Who knows? So, I mean, that could be part of the problem.
Search. Yeah.
I made it.
Hey.
I'm doing this on my phone because I don't know what's going on with my laptop. I think my music studio stuff is doing something
Team
fun.
Tommy and Kimberly?
Huh?
Team Tommy and Kimberly?
Damn straight.
Power Rangers power couple?
Dude, that was the power couple back in the day, bro. Like,
yeah, Remy's crapping all over it right now, sir.
Really?
nah. Don't start with me.
But all right, Remy, we here now. So, ring us the ugly. What's the ugly of the film for you?
Well, first of all, it's the CGI. The CGI in this movie is freaking atrocious. Like the CGI they
we
use
didn't have anything better back in the day, bro. Okay.
No, first of all, no. We had Jurassic Park 2 years before this. This movie has no excuse to look this bad. Besides a poor budget. We had Jurassic Park, and those dinosaurs looked amazing. This movie looks like garbage.
It looked fine until the end.
They looked bad throughout the entire movie. Like, I'm with DJ on this. I'm like, use suits, use miniatures. You have it. It's probably less expensive back then anyways. Why would you use CGI? What, to show that you have a bigger budget? Oh, look at us. We're a movie. We have a bigger budget than the show. Use the miniatures. God!
They did use one for a brief moment when the Megazord was knocked through the building.
Yeah, I was like, see? That looks good. But no, we have to do CGI and make it look all pretty. And, like, also, the fact that they like took Ivan Ooze out with like a freaking crotch shot, really? That's it? You take out the big daddy like that? Oh my god, this movie. I was kind of disappointed by that. Hey, look who else is here. Yeah. What up? I was kind of disappointed by that. I thought, I don't know, for some reason I actually preferred Zordon's voice when he was like in the crystal bed and was just that. It wasn't like the big pillar or whatever. Because I just hated the way his voice sounded in the pillar. I'm like, oh, that voice sounds terrible. I also thought the acting during like his supposed death scene was pretty bad. Especially the guy who played the Black Ranger. He didn't even look sad. He just kind of looked upset. And he's like looking at the other ones like, oh, I'm supposed to look sad? Okay. Like, dude, look sad. But other than that, that's my ugly list.
What about you, DJ? What's your ugly list for this film?
Trying to think. Well, again, CGI. And with the way that they finished off, Ivan Ooze, I mean, they alluded to that right at the beginning. The fact that the whole thing is all about them observing the comet that's coming past the planet. It's like, okay, well, they're going to tie that in somehow. But yeah, the fact that we didn't get to see like the power sword special move or anything like that, it was like taken out by a freaking tower.
Yeah, that was stupid. I'm like, can you cut through that?
Yeah, like we got the power sword and it's broken in half. How'd that happen? But otherwise, not too much. I mean, I already covered some things with the bad, but for all of its faults, I still do enjoy it. So
Yeah, my ugly list is not too long. I will say like you guys said, Remy and DJ, the way they finished off Ivan Ooze. I wish it was just a better fight towards the end.
Yeah.
And a couple of things I already touched on in the bad. I just wish that that a lot of the villains who were in the beginning was a part of the main fight. In the end. And I also got thrown that dinosaur scene. I really didn't like that. Too tough. That was. I didn't like that. When they was fighting the bones. So I wasn't really a fan of that as well. But other than that, my list for the ugly is not too bad. I just wish that we got to see the villains more and see the two guys more. I wish I would have got to see them more because they were awesome together. And so
Falcon Skull.
Yeah.
I felt like they should have popped up to support the kid.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I mean,
they
did show up like when they were like shooting the water. That's about it, though. That's like all we got.
Well, no, I mean they were there. What I'm saying is they should have, like, the movie should have had them jump up and be like, "Yeah, we got to save our parents," because they're always trying to be the heroes.
Yeah,
so that was a little disappointing that they didn't do that to convince the crowd of kids to.
So Remy and Serge, y'all joined the conversation. So this is what we were discussing. So we came up with a segment. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And everybody gets to share their perspective good with the film, their perspective with bad with the film, and their perspective with the ugly for the film. So Serge, I'll start with you. Could you give us a rundown on all the good that you liked in the Power Rangers film?
So I think I have, out of all of us Sci-Fi Nerds, I think I'm the one that's like in the middle as far as age goes, right? DJ and Doris, y'all a bit older than I am. That's it. And then the rest of y'all a bit younger than I am. So I had this distinction of being, like this movie came out in 95.
95.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was 10 years old.
Oh.
So this movie coming out was kind of a big deal because I was into the Power Rangers at the time. I mean, I had like I had the figures and everything, and I think it was just the original Power Rangers that we had at that time. So this movie, like coming out, it didn't matter how bad it looked. It was awesome. It was awesome to me being that age, and so I didn't get a chance to watch the whole movie. I kind of just like did like a run through, like just here and there and here and there, fast forward, and got the mind jogging. Fun fact: I'm pretty sure I have this on VHS somewhere. So what I did like about it, actually what I love about it, is the music. I thought that for it being the Power Rangers movie, like it had some killer music. Like it started off with Red Hot Chili Peppers, Higher Ground, and then it went into Edgar Winter's group, Free Ride, and then ended with Dreams by Van Halen. And I was already like a little rocker by then. So hearing, Van Halen at the end of a Power Rangers movie was like the coolest thing in the world. And I think me and other people like my age, we joke around that like, if you weren't into old like rock and roll by that time, if you watched the Power Rangers movie, you were now, just because all this like kind of like older music that
right, yeah,
you wouldn't really associate with like 10-year-olds, came out in that movie, and that was just super cool. And of course, if you were into that music already, it was just like, oh my god, they're playing Van Halen at the end of Power Rangers, and that was super cool. So I think that's one of my favorite things. I remember, and even as I watched it today a little bit, I remember liking their suits. Like I remember liking their the suits, better than like the spandex stuff that they had back in the day on the show. I guess I'll go to the bad then. Yeah, like I mean, I'll admit, when I was watching it a little earlier, I was going through parts and I was thinking, oh wow, oh yeah, this is not as cool as I thought it was when I was 10 years old. But like for a 10-year-old, it was awesome, right? And yes, I know we had Jurassic Park just a few years beforehand, but give them a break.
No.
At least they still had Kimberly. And that's where it leads me to like the weird stuff. Like I guess the bad was the acting is still early 90s Power Ranger acting. It's still there, you know. And that I don't think that ever changed. And
No.
oh yeah, because my kids watch all iterations of the Power Rangers, my 5 and my 3-year-old. And so when they watch it now, I think, yeah, that's still the same. Bulk and Skull, yeah, should have had more Bulk and Skull. And you know why? Because my kids love Bulk and Skull for some reason. They love them. I don't know. It's the damnedest thing. So the switch of some of the characters in the Power Rangers, that was kind of weird. I didn't remember that. Black Ranger and Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
The recasting.
so in the TV series before that movie was made, they had like a contract renewal period, and the original Red, Black, and Yellow Ranger didn't want to continue on. They wanted to pursue other things, so they were already gone in the season before the characters, like the new characters, came in, and so they did like a power transfer. And had to splice like clips of the original actors and everything to get that shot done in the TV series when they introduced Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. So
wow, I don't remember that whatsoever. So when I was watching it now, I was thinking, hey, what the hell? Where's Zach?
Yeah.
Where's Trini?
Yeah,
Where's Jason? I don't remember that. So that was kind of like, especially because the guy who played Jason or would have been Jason, right?
Yeah, I'll take Jason over Rocky.
Yeah, Jason forever. Yeah, but actually when I was watching it, I was like, okay, this isn't half bad. And then it got towards the end, and then the fights and then even the story just kind of went like, what? Like I don't remember any of that. Like this is weird. So I guess I'll go to the ugly, which is the CGI, whatever.
You know I'm right, damn it. You know I'm right.
No comment. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just pretty bad. Like I really would have just preferred that it would have just been like it was on the show back in the day, like guys and stuff like that, like because it was cool,
This kick where he was just twirling in the air, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that was the fight was too underwhelming. The CGI was way too underwhelming, and I remember like when I fast forwarded to it, and boom, like Ivan Ooze's in that whatever suit thing, and I thought, oh man, like this is the best we could do back then. Like, come on, man. Like I saw people get eaten by the T-Rex on Jurassic Park. It looked like more real than that. Come on. That was, and then the kill shot was a terrible shot. Like I don't know, they were just trying to be like that was ugly. Yeah. In fact, as I was watching it, I was thinking like, no, I think I remember this. Oh man, this is how it ended. Man. But then of course, Van Halen Dreams and comes on after that, so it was like it's fine, whatever. Anyways, so there you go.
Yeah, they just gave up with the ending.
We're coming to you, Nick. We got the good, the bad, and the ugly about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film. So let's go with your good first.
I mean, the good, I could say, is the whole.
He's even struggling. He's like,
It's okay.
I mean, so the beginning of the movie was good.
I still love you.
The parachuting and all that, it was good. It was nice seeing, Tommy and them. It was nice seeing them in the suits too. Now this is where I get into the bad. I didn't.
That's it for the good. All right.
For the good, Nick.
I did not like the suits. The suits were so bad I'm like, I understand you're trying to hit realism, but that's not how you do it.
Bro, it was spandex before that, okay?
The spandex was better.
Thank you. Yes, it was.
It's just Tommy looked like he was struggling holding that piece up. Because you can see him slouch sometimes. I'm like, that piece is heavy. Then you want to get to the ugly? Yeah, the CGI was terrible with the Zords. It was so bad. And like DJ said, I would have loved to see the sword in more action, not get broken in half in 2 seconds.
That was pretty long.
Like my guy, in the TV show, his sword was so powerful. Why did it break so simple?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. But pretty much that's all I got.
You know, like Ivan Ooze going like, shall we tango? And his awful CGI with the giant
And
stick.
all of a sudden, guys, the fight scene could have been a little bit better. It would have been nice to see the Zords transform like they did in the TV show. Like the T-Rex turned into the dragon, and it would have been nice to see the T-Rex somehow turn into a gorilla. That would have been nice.
That didn't happen in the TV series. It was when they went from the original Dinozords to the Thunderzords. That was the only time that they transitioned because it was a switch. But
yeah, it would have been nice.
This was a whole different.
With the series had
not to get into the weeds too much, but this was like a whole different power system. So
yeah, like the Zeo Rangers and all them.
Yeah.
Well, they needed to delete that update.
So this will be the final question. Remy, well, 2 questions actually. But we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So out of 5 stars, what would you rate this film? And overall, how did you feel about this film? Your honest opinion.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. I know this is your childhood. I get it. All right. I love things from my childhood too that don't like stand up to date. I'm like, oh god, this is bad. But okay, listen. It's a bad movie. I'm gonna say it personally. It's a bad movie. Okay. But it's an enjoyable bad movie. It's enjoyably dumb. That's what I think of Power Rangers to begin with. It's like, it's enjoyably dumb. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've heard some storylines where I'm like, okay, give me credit. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good storyline. Like in Power Rangers in Space, where that happens between, I think, the Red Ranger and his sister. I think that storyline, I've heard about it. I'm like, okay, that's some good drama. All right. Well done, Power Rangers. Making it serious. Good job. But like this movie is the complete opposite of that. They just went, story? What's that? Never heard of it. Let's just get to another action scene. I'm like, okay. But like I had fun with it still. Like I feel like people can have fun with it. Just don't expect any high quality art because you're not gonna get it. But yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 2. I'm gonna go to 2 out of 5. It's just enjoyable but bad. And dumb. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna lose us about 50 subscribers today, so I'm sorry. All Power Rangers fans are gonna come hunt me down. I'm sorry.
Everybody whose mind is his age.
All right, now I'm gonna leave before they tell me goodbye. Right.
All right, DJ. Out of 5 stars.
So part of my score is nostalgia and everything. So definitely not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, but I still enjoy it despite all of its faults. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
Okay.
DJ, I'm with you. You give it a 4 out of 5. Because of the nostalgia. And like I said, viewing it now, I mean, the movie is not as enjoyable as it was, but putting myself in an 8-year-old body and watching it and being able to enjoy it, I still have the love for the Power Rangers. and even this particular movie. And I was able to have, and like remember, you made a good point. I was still able to have fun with it, even looking at all the flaws that it have now, because these are the flaws I didn't see when I was a kid. But as a kid, your imagination is also different. So I wasn't watching it just critiquing it like, man, this really sucks, because a lot of things that happened in the movie at that time was cool with me, and this was a big part of my childhood. So this was Power Rangers was able to take my mind off a lot of things, and my grandma had this on VHS actually, and we would watch this over and over and over again. And my brothers and my cousins would always make me be like the weakest ranger. I could never be the red ranger. I could never be the white ranger. Like I always had to be like Billy or Zach, so I didn't get the pick. They kind of bullied me, so I was like, all right, fine. I can't be Tommy. I can't be Jason. Fine, I'll be whoever. But I'm with you, DJ. I still had fun with it. And Ivan Ooze, man, he did a really good job. I really liked him. I liked his aura in this film. So I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. What about you, Serge?
Whenever I do this on my phone, this is why I don't like doing this on my phone. Like you guys wind up being like super crazy crackly. I don't know if y'all hear that, but
yeah, I can hear it right now.
Okay.
I'm opening up paper like Remy Max.
Yeah.
I'm mad that DJ and Don gave it a 4.
Anyways, so I'll make it quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go with DJ and Donald. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 because I was 10. It was great when I was 10. The music's great. Introduced a young generation to Van Halen and other good music. And I enjoyed it. I even told my kids today, like, hey, we're gonna watch this movie tomorrow, and they got all excited. And so I know, they're gonna enjoy it too, because they're not all like Remy or whatever.
I heard that. So I heard that. Listen, I get it. Nostalgia. I get it. All right. I'm sure. Okay, listen. I'm sure that if I was 8 years old, I'd probably freaking love this movie. But I'm not. I'm a 20-year-old grumpy man, so I don't.
You were born in a trans generation.
What? What are you talking about? I had Teen Titans.
Garbage.
Teen Titans.
Garbage.
What? No,
they gave y'all that new Teen Titans.
No, not that new Teen Titans. No.
Yeah, that's Remy. That's Remy area. That new Teen.
No. I had the original Teen Titans. I had Teen Titans. I had Powerpuff Girls. I had Johnny Bravo. I had Samurai Jack. I had those shows. Damn it! And I know those shows are good. The garbage people are growing up with today.
All right, Nick. Out of 5 stars, where you going, brother?
I'm gonna go with you guys. You, Serge, and DJ. 4 out of 5. I see it in the perspective. I saw it as a kid. I enjoyed it. I was just like mind blown. It was the first Power Ranger movie because I watched every single episode of the original TV show. So now it's like, oh, whoa, they got a movie? Bet, can't wait. And I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna look at it as a perspective of as I'm an adult now, and it's like, you're terrible. Why did this come out? I'm not gonna sit there and say that. So I'm gonna see it as my childhood, the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 out of 5.
Good deal. So this was the 30th anniversary, actually, of the Power Rangers, and it's a testament to the longevity as well. So I don't think they get enough credit for that as well. The Ninja Turtles for having a lot of longevity as well. They're still creating movies and creating shows, but the Power Rangers, they're continuing to make movies, they're continuing to make shows. So it's a testament to their longevity, their popularity, and like I said, I had fun discussing this movie. Doris, we wish you could have been here with us tonight. We miss you. Rest up, take care of yourself. Those who are in the chat, we greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. Thank you for supporting us week in and week out. We greatly appreciate it. I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
DJ.
Nick.
You're muted. He can't unmute.
Stuck on
Yeah,
mute.
okay. Sorry.
There we go.
Nope.
Okay.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds. Y'all have a great night. See you next week. Peace.